This AI tool replaced After Effects for me. As a video editor, you already know what slows you down. Titles, highlighted words, charts, maps, message animations. Even with plugins and templates, you still end up spending hours customizing everything for each client. So in this video, I'll show you how Hera AI saved a lot of time for me on motion design and even replaced After Effects in my workflow. And let me tell you first about Hera in general, just a couple of things. And this is like the first AI motion designer, and I do know much about how it actually works because I'm not that of an IT guy, unfortunately, but I do know that it does work and works really well, and I'll show you in a bit. But basically, yeah, you could see that there are really nice pages on Product Hunt, E-Combinator, and other things, and like the team is really awesome. I do really like to work with them. Like if I do have any glitches or bugs, they immediately help me to figure it out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how it does work, honestly, but I do really like it and I do enjoy working in it. So yeah, let's actually go to the homepage of Hera, and this is how it actually looks like. You could see that, like in my case, there are a lot of clients I've already been working with and using Hera. So let's actually just press create new video, and what we're gonna do is, first, I've separated a couple of things, and first is gonna be just like simple newspaper headline. So let's just copy this, and let's imagine that we want some simple animation like newspaper style, maybe a bit of vintage, something like this, something like, you know, like documentary, like Chronicles style. So we just say newspaper headline, then pass the text, and yeah, we could actually select a style. I'm not gonna use any of my client styles, of course, public styles, and yeah, you could see that like in public styles there are a lot of really nice styles which you could use. Of course, they're all available here on this tab. But I really think that the first one, newsprint, is gonna work really well. So we press it and apply style, and then we just press start. Like in this video, I'm not gonna speed up a lot. I'll try not to, but you know that in many cases, like you still need to wait. So unless you really want to sit here and wait for me just like this, waiting for the video, I think it's much better just if I cut it. So yeah, but keep in mind that the animation does not take more than 5 minutes in general. And what I really like about Hera is that in one of the latest updates, it actually became a chat. Like before it was just like, you know, you put the prompt and it does the job. You know, like you can't see what it's thinking, like what's going on. And in one of the latest updates, you can actually see how it thinks, and it actually can ask you some questions. So like, for example, in this one, what kind of visual style should the newspaper have? So yeah, for example, we could use traditional prints, digital news, retro editorial. I'm gonna go after digital news because we're just gonna try to recreate the BBC website. So let's go after this one. Now the second question is, how should the headline be revealed? Fast and punchy or elegant and sweeping? I think we could go after fast and punchy actually. Then press generate. Now it's still gonna take some time, so I'm just gonna cut it so you don't have to wait. All right, here we go. Well, I do really like it. Like, for example, it's animated, the line, the broadcasting globally, everything. What I really think we should do, we should highlight in Vox style, yellow highlighter marker, the words Olympics closing. Let's see how it's gonna handle this. Now usually you would have created a solid, then stretch it, again, unless you have already a template or plugin, and yeah, it does not take much time, but again, I just typed it. And here we go. Perfect. And as you could see, it did even think and change the background color because it looks much better on white. And we can do some like manual adjustment if we want. Like for example, we can create like remove the background completely if we want to, maybe place it on some like paper texture or something, which is like really easily done just like by pressing here and apply edits. Then you're just gonna export in, press here, and you're gonna export in MOV. So yeah, this is perfect. Let's do something maybe a bit more complex. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna replicate the Winter Olympics medal table. Let's actually try this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a screenshot of, let's say, just like 10 places, like 10 standings. Then we're gonna, I already tested this, so yeah, we're just gonna press the image, press use, and say animate this, start. Like in real life, if you would have done it in After Effects, for example, you would use some template on you try to recreate it, like every place, you're gonna add flags and stuff. It can take quite a lot of time actually. Like unless you have everything ready with the right columns and stuff, like it's still some extra work which I don't think you're gonna need if you used Hera. And just like in the previous example, it does ask me what is the primary goal of this animation. I'm not looking for subtle looping backgrounds. I think it's rather gonna be like interactive explainer. And how should the elements move? Snappy and energetic, yeah, I guess. Okay, let's see what it's gonna offer us. Alright, so it's done, and I do really like it. Like, I would have used it in my clients' videos for sure. Like, yeah, it is perfect. Honestly, I can't add anything else. We could see that this like snappy, bouncy animation for the flags, and actually like for the whole elements, for the whole row is really nice. Again, like in my opinion, I would have just exported just the way it is and just used it in my client's video. So yeah, this is perfect. Let's go actually to the next example. And the next example is gonna be something maybe a bit closer to the base. And let's imagine one of the clients told you, bro, I really want you to recreate something just like Alex Hormozi, for example. And you think like, they have a lot of editors, they did create the whole style from scratch or like based on other templates, but they do have the whole team of video editors and motion designers. So you want me just to recreate it just like right now for the next Tuesday. It does not quite work like this. And then you find yourself in a really weird situation if you after all do accept this. But let's give Hera a chance. So this is actually one of the Alex Hormozi's videos. And well, I'm not sure that this is really interesting to replicate because this is just like text. Again, this is, yeah, this some plugins can do. So yeah, I'm not sure. This is interesting, so, and this is interesting. All right, so let's actually do the same. We're just gonna take screenshot of this one, and we're gonna take screenshot of this one. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is for the first example, again, I already did try this a bit, so yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna press this one first, again on image reference tab, and we're just gonna say recreate this Twitter message. For this one, actually, let's give it a chance and remove this style. So you're just gonna create just like Twitter original style. So let's go. And here we are. It's done. Perfect. Again, in my opinion, there is no image. There is no like profile pic, avatar pic for this one. And in this case, we're gonna need to upload it actually, but I don't have it. So yeah, just keep in mind that you can still add images here. And if you want to replace this like AH image thingy, you can. But let's try something maybe a bit more interesting. And for example, your client said, bro, this is great, but actually I don't use Twitter. So let's just change it to, for example, WhatsApp conversation. So change it to WhatsApp conversation. Let's go. All right, it's done. And yeah, perfect. Again, I'm not sure like I would have changed anything if I used it for my real clients. Yeah, I mean, this is just perfect. Again, we still can change manually some text or like maybe the position, maybe we want transparent background or something like, yeah, I'm not sure why, but you still can do it. But let's actually like try something else here, and let's actually, for example, change the style. So what if our clients tells you like, bro, this is really nice, but I'm not sure like it really fits my style. So let's make it fit his style. So let's select a style here, and we're just gonna like change something, and we're gonna choose something from the public styles again. Actually, why not Bauhaus? Bauhaus is really nice style. I do really like it in general. So yeah, change it to Bauhaus style. So in this case, again, like if you have some elements that you create and you want to customize it, like absolutely customize it to your client's style or like brand guideline, or you can just do it. Like you can just type it and you can create actually the whole style which really fits only to this client, like another client. And you don't need to tweak the colors manually. You can just like select a style and it's done. And in this case, we're just gonna change it to Bauhaus style. Let's imagine that our client really likes Bauhaus style. All right. Again, perfect. I'm not sure I'm gonna need anything else if I were working with some real guy that really loved working with like Bauhaus style. Yeah, perfect. Again, let's get into another example, which we also took a screenshot of. And it was this simple animation. So, yep. We're just gonna upload it, and let's just say, yeah, like simply recreate it using the same colors, fonts, etc. And again, since we want it exactly the same, we're gonna actually remove the style. Let's go. All right, it's done. Yeah, perfect. Again, it just recreated exactly the same style. If we're gonna use it as like some animation in the corner or something, again, we can just like press transparent background and then export it as a MOV. And yeah, this is just how it works. Of course, do not forget to apply edits, but basically, yeah, that's it. Perfect, like 100% replica of what we just saw in the video. But, and you already saw my tab probably, and yeah, we're gonna create a map. You could see that like some tools like GeoLayers are really nice for creating map animations, but they're quite expensive. And at the same time, they're quite complex. So again, one example of my real client's project, and I needed to create a map highlighting 3 cities in the UK. So again, zoom in and highlight Liverpool, Nottingham, Manchester. And here we go. Liverpool, perfect. Then we've got Nottingham, perfect. Again, the highlights, different colors, which I really like. And Manchester, perfect. Again, what we can do here, we can manually change the map style. It's just one click. Again, just like no cutting, no speeding up. Again, like another map style. And yeah, this one. Let's try something a bit more like radical, basic dark, for example. And again, I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to speed it up just for you to see that it's that fast. And yeah, like, again, I'm ready to export it and just like use it in my real client's video, because this is actually what I did. But yeah, if I were to edit again or something similar, and that would be the result, I'm more than happy to use this video. And here we are. This is how Hera AI replaced After Effects in my workflow. And if you edit for YouTube yourself and you want a bit more clarity and work faster without losing the quality, I guess Hera AI also worth checking out.